Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now the very end of February 2023. Before we get over to March 1st, the official debut day of The Mandalorian Season 3 by Jon, George, and Dave. That's really gonna give us a fresh restart on how Disney and Lucasfilm handle things when it comes to the Star Wars franchise at hand. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, yes, given that we have a lot of teasing and hints being provided by Jon and Dave about not just Mando 3, but also for Mando 4, which, by the way, in case you guys have been out of the loop, Jon himself has said that if Mando 4 proves to be very successful, he is willing to stop the show at a Season 6 at the most. So that's kind of giving it the Cobra Kai treatment, since that show is stopping at a Season 6 as well, so he seems to be following that potential format there. So that brings us to exactly, what's been going on over at Disney and Lucasfilm as companies and more. Now, we know that they are finding various ways and strategies to reset the sequel trilogy movies, the canon and the lore that surrounds it, in order to satisfy the fans and to kind of give the fans a different view on those movies. And though it may not seem necessary to a lot of fans out there, I think it's going to be rather entertaining at the very minimum to a good handful of fans. I think that given the fact that there's so many deleted scenes that were actually taken out of Episode 9 by Kathleen Kennedy, and how George Lucas was very upset about that to the point where he did not attend the world premiere of Episode 9. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was a huge day. Everyone's like, where is George? Where is he? He's gone. So that brings us to the latest strategy on top of the other two strategies that Disney is embracing to reset the sequel trilogy lore and canon, and this one actually comes across as pretty unexpected. Let's dive into it. Now, with Disney and Lucasfilm getting ready to kickstart multiple strategies to reset the entire sequel trilogy canon and lore for the fans, this is set to be done in three major ways for the fandom. One being through books, the other of which being through rearranging scenes and canonizing deleted ones for the sequels through extended cuts and making retcons to the Ahsoka Tano show that's going to change the sequels. However, the last big strategy in addition to all of that to reset the sequel trilogy by Disney is set to involve a full-fledged radio drama trilogy of the entire sequels that is planned to retell all the events of the three movies. Each radio drama will be 2.5 hours long that they are planning to release sometime in 2025. Now, radio dramas are essentially movies without any visuals and are different than audio books in that they actually sound and flow like a movie. So let me just stop here for a second. That's correct, is that radio dramas are not necessarily audiobooks. If you guys have listened to audiobooks, they're more monotone. They don't really have all that many sound effects. They don't flow like a movie. They're extremely long. And what I like about radio dramas is that you guys should definitely check out the Dark Empire radio drama. Look it up online. The Empire Strikes Back radio drama, go ahead and look that up, by the way. That kind of retells The Empire Strikes Back a little bit, by the way, as well. Even Mark Hamill acted and lended his voice in the Empire Strikes Back radio drama. Look it up. I think it's a very good listen if you're going to sleep or on a drive or just sitting somewhere. It's actually quite fun to listen to. And I think that this is a very good strategy, a very impressive strategy on Disney's part, in addition to what they are already doing, to kind of just have a little cherry on top of resetting the sequels properly. So basically all of this will be considered canon of the radio dramas that are currently planned. That's going to include really canonizing all the deleted scenes, rearranging those movies in different ways, and really providing different types of dialogue, new secrets that will be unveiled, and retcons especially, both in the radio drama trilogy and in the special editions of the actual movies that are also planned to come out in 2025 as well. Now, on top of this, both, of course, pacing-wise and format-wise, they feel like movies. The plan by Lucasfilm right now, as part of their three strategies, is to release the 3 full-length radio dramas that will change the stories of Luke, Rey, Ben Solo, Palpatine, and even Snoke in various ways, and that even the deleted scenes that will be told in these radio dramas, that will be all considered canon for the new audience. Now, some scenes for the sequels will also be retold in the radio drama trilogy, is planned to bring back actress Daisy Ridley and even Adam Driver as Rey and Ben Solo. Mark Hamill has also been approached to return as Luke to canonize more of his deleted scenes through this audio trilogy. This is going to be an additional way to reset everything on top of the special editions of the sequel movies that they are also preparing to drop in 2025 as well. By Lucasfilm is to give fans all the deleted scenes, visually speaking, on top of that too. Now, again, radio dramas are something of its own. It's a whole different nature. Now, I don't know if you guys ever listened to it, but like I stated before, there's an Empire Strikes Back radio drama. They also have A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. I suggest that you guys listen to all of them. They're fantastic. They're very long. They're like movie length, even maybe sometimes more than that. And the Dark Empire radio dramas, 1, 2, and 3, are also very well done. Very much flowing like a movie, great dialogue, sound effects. You can even hear the cues of the traditional wipes, alright? The transitions between each scenes. There's like a sound effect when the transitions take place. So you can actually visualize when the transitions are happening in your mind. So this is a very good thing, I think, on Disney's part, because not only are they giving us retcons and resets of the sequels through books and the Ahsoka Tano series through the World Between Worlds and Ahsoka Season 2, as well as the special editions of the sequel trilogy movies, visually speaking, with deleted scenes becoming canon, but on top of that, we're getting a radio drama trilogy that is set to feature most of the original cast to return. We have not heard anything about Oscar Isaac or John Boyega. I'm sure that they're refusing also, by the way. But I think that this is good. I think that this is going to give fans a different level of kind of imagining these movies. Again, like I said before, it's not like an audiobook. It's not very like, flat and monotone, usually like how they are. It's more like you're literally turning a movie on and just closing your eyes. That's literally what a radio drama is like. And I think it's a very great thing that Lucasfilm is embracing that. It's going to be something that I think may even create a new trend. You know, radio dramas kind of caught on in the late 90s, the early 2000s a little bit. It really began in the early 90s mostly, and then it kind of just died off. It didn't really take off after that. So I think that this is Lucasfilm and Disney definitely wanting to bring that back. And given that we are pretty much now in this whole, post-sequel trilogy time, where it's already been 3.5 years, more than that maybe, since the movie debuted back in December of 2019. It's crazy how fast time just flies by. We're approaching 3.5 years. It's nuts. So, yeah, I think that, at the end of the day, Bob Iger just wants to do a lot of revolutionary things, and this is one of them. So, anyways, guys, fill me in below in the comments what you guys have to say about all of this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.